So welcome back to Will. Wonderful world. Now we're gonna try and get a better hint. Let's just get right into this. We left poor Li Wen with a bad ending. Let's retry. I think the ending that was highlighted in yellow was our current ending. So if Jimmy steps to the right, he's gonna get hit. Okay, let's just make Li Wen do everything. Let's see what happens. We can change both outcomes. She hit the ball back and won the point! Yay! Good job! A few rallies later, she suddenly fell to the ground with her hands clutching her ankle. She seems to have twisted it. The match was over. We lost. Oh! Shit. She went over to the bench and sat down. People were gathering, comforting her. I only dared to look at her from a distance. Oh. Took a swing at the ball, but I tripped. Took another step. The ankle was hurting too much to steady myself. Lost my balance because of the twisted ankle and fell on the ground. Luckily, I had hit the ball before I tripped. The tennis ball flew over the net, kissed the baseline, compressed, and bounced up. Then it was stuck in a wired fence around the court. Yay! Match point saved! I tried to fit my best to focus. My twisted right ankle was hurting too bad. 2 points later and I couldn't hold on anymore. I missed the last shot. 9-11. We lost. I lost. I sat on the ground, mourning the loss of my chocolate. Bad. Bad. Too hard. A little bad. I did choose the lunatic mode after all. You try using hints to get more clues. Well, no. Jimmy twists his ankle. We do all of this, swing before taking a step to the right. Rush forward, swing, take a step to the right. Jimmy twists his ankle. This should be much better. Here goes. Took a swing at the ball, but I almost tripped. I had to take another step to stop myself from falling over. Tennis ball flew over the net, kissed the baseline, compressed, bounced up. Then it was stuck in the wired fence around the court. Yay! Match point saved. Rocky was such a sneaky bastard. Jimmy barely able to move. He was now aiming every ball at him. Jimmy was able to get out of the way almost every time, even with a twisted ankle. Oh, we were coordinating surprisingly well. After a while, Wang Jie, I'm trying to pronounce, Wang Kang, was left standing there too. It would become a singles match between Rocky and me. Maybe Jimmy was a lucky charm, because we eventually won the game, 15-13. What a great partner! I had won my chocolate milk! Hooray! I fell to the ground, my ankle hurt like hell. Fortunately, we still won the point, thanks to her. Now our opponents were hitting the ball toward me almost exclusively, but Li Wen was too good. Eventually, we won. Hey! More importantly, she ran over and high-fived me! I wasn't just daydreaming about this. She really did give me a high five. Nice jacket, too. Her hand felt so warm. Oh, I would never forget that moment. Yeah. Oh, good. Alright, rank as achieved. Oh, more mail.
如果时间可以重来，
Strange teacher. I suppose now let's meet these new fellas. We haven't gotten all of them. We got the best ones, so that's all that really matters here. Alright, let's figure out what's going on here. These new folks. My name is Carlos, 18 years old. It was a big day. So I was finally going to leave Mexico. Uncle Deb would always help me out at the orphanage. Auntie Benita was the matron. She used to tell me, if you ever wanted to go to a foreign country, you need to have a passport first. Then I would need a visa. Finally, I could go to the airport, buy a ticket. Then I could fly wherever I wanted to go. Got my passport. Apparently, going to Hong Kong didn't require a visa. All I needed was a plane ticket. Uncle Depp and I had headed out early before the sun even came out. He had been driving me through the mountains for 6 hours to get to the international airport. He then stuffed a couple of warm burritos wrapped up in paper in my backpack before I said goodbye. I didn't know when I would ever see it again. I already missed it.
We ask for your assistance in reporting any unattended baggage or suspicious behavior to law enforcement or...
I walked into the airport and I couldn't help slowing down in admiration. This place was so big. That has to be actual audio from an airport somewhere. No wonder the tickets were so expensive. I needed to ask someone to tell me where I could buy a ticket. Bumped into another man. 3 boxes he was carrying all fell to the ground. I helped him pick the boxes up the boxes and stack them. I hope nothing inside got broken. The man was wearing a pair of glasses with golden frames. He seemed like a nice person. He took the boxes out of my hands and not mad at me at all. He just nodded and walked away. Someone pickpocketed me. He really was nice. Even though there were signs at the airport, I couldn't read many. Walked around twice, found ticket counters. Ticket cost over 10,000 pesos, just like Uncle Depp told me. I had all my savings with me, including the money my parents and sister had left me, as well as what I had earned doing part-time jobs. It was only a little over 20,000 pesos altogether. He got pickpocketed, didn't he? Whenever something terrible had happened. I couldn't find my wallet. I remember checking to make sure I had it when I left. Maybe I had dropped it on Uncle Depp's car. Ran outside the airport. Saw the man who I had bumped into it. He was still wandering around with those 3 boxes. Was he lost? I didn't have time to worry about him. I had to go and check and see if Uncle Depp had already left. Couldn't find him anywhere outside the airport. Probably had headed back. I had to walk toward the mountains along the road that we had arrived on. I had my backpack on, feeling awful. It wasn't a popular road, and it was already too late. There were no other cars in sight. I hope that I could get a ride tomorrow morning. Lord, why was I so unlucky? What is Mexico? It's a big country, west. Oh, west? To our west? Do we live in the east? No, of course not. We don't live in there. So there is no east or west anyway. The Earth is a round planet, so east or west is all relative. Relative? You're not making any sense. Do you mean that the Mexican people would say that their own country is in the west too? Now she's confusing me too. Oh, by the way, the writers of the earlier letters, are they from China? I always feel a strange sense of closeness when I think of China. Mexico feels more distant. Why is that? I guess more people write to us from China, maybe? Or wherever we're from, the myth originated in China and spread and became viral in China. Therefore, she feels closest to China because that's where she's from, pretty much. I hear that Chinese people are all over the earth. There are a lot of them in every country. Really? Is this letter written in Chinese too? As well as the earlier ones? Because they all look the same to me. Oh no, this is our language. In fact, people who wrote to us came from many different countries. They would use different languages. Once received them, they're all automatically translated into a language that can be understood. Oh wow! Being a god is so convenient! Oh. Alright, let's see who this is. Korean Police Academy. My name is Chang Yong-min. Chang Yong-min. I recently graduated from Korean Police Academy. I'm 23 years old. It's my first day reporting to Busan Police Precinct. I didn't realize that I had overslept until my Sir's body alarm clock had gone off for the 10th time. I jumped out of bed, slipped in my pants and shirt, rushed out the door, my coat in hand. I even knocked over my neighbor's flowers by accident. Sorry, I'll clean it up later. Running late. Still, I was 45 minutes late and finally got to the station. The captain was sitting behind the desk. He squeezed a kid's things out of his mouth. Then he seemed to lose any energy or interest to even speak to me. Then, I was transferred to the archives. Oh. The computers and their internet. Data, identity, and residence. Electronic record. Physical records still exist. Notation. Crucial responsibility being a responsible police officer. Time-sensitive criminal cases. Don't leave your password on your desk. How could I have overslept on my first day? Please, Buddha. Please help me fix this. Please, please, please. Becoming a member of the Criminal Investigation Department has been my dream since childhood. I don't want to go to the archives. What? These are connected? What is criminal investigation? Is it that much better than archives? Well, criminal investigation is a place where police try to solve cases and catch bad guys. But you can't completely disregard the archives either. Chang Young-min. Okay, these are connected, I suppose. Oh. Well, this will save Carlos. Wonder what's gonna happen here. I noticed that there was a sign ahead. If I couldn't read it, I had a feeling that it must be pointing to the ticket counters. Always had great instincts, huh? The ticket cost over 10,000 pesos, just like that had told me. I had all my savings with me, including the money my parents and sister had left me, as well as what I had earned from part-time jobs. It's only a little over 20,000 pesos altogether. I hoped I would be able to come back someday. 3 hours later, with a booming noise, the airplane took off. I felt something suddenly pushing to the seat cushion. You could see Mexico City becoming smaller and smaller outside the window. Or are we gonna bump into him? Are we the person who he bumps into? At the orphanage, Monte had turned into a small white dot. Tlaloc? Monte Tlaloc? Suddenly started to feel nervous. My mind was racing. If the plane went down, I hoped I would fall into the ocean so I could still swim back. The seatbelt was so annoying. Couldn't untie it. Would I be dragged into the water with the plane? I think there's something called insurance that would pay a lot of money if someone died. I should get that. Maybe enough for Alicia to buy a new house in Mexico City. Just when my brain was spinning with all these questions, a beautiful lady asked if I'd like some water. Oh, no, no, no. Check my wallet again. There's only a little over 10,000 pesos left. Ah. Nice picture of peso. Cuban pesos, Philippine pesos. Mexican peso is not a world currency. Has to be exchanged to a US dollar. Exchanged into a different country. Mexican. From now on, I must be careful in spending every single one of them. But everything was really expensive. Oh. I must save up before I find Alicia. Alicia, sister, coming to find you. The Lord will bless us. I heard the voice of a woman screaming in the crowd. Stop him! He's got my purse! Oh, I looked down and the man I had bumped into was holding a woman's purse. He actually tried pushing me away. The nerve. As a policeman defending justice, how could I let a criminal escape the judgment of the law? Grabbed his collar. Take this! I took the bastard to the police station. Ended up late, of course. Captain left me off the hook for stopping the robber. Oh, good. Captain Gong glanced at the bloodstains on my shirt, gave me a faint smile, asked me why I wanted to become a police officer. I stood up straight, put my hands behind my back, held my head high, and replied firmly. Yes, to defend justice. Captain scratched his balding head and smiled. Go and report to Unit 4. Hey, what? Unit 4? I felt my heart start to sink. heard so many rumors about Unit 4, even when I was still in the police academy. Ah. Oh, more mail.
Porque siempre me pasa esto.
내 탓이야. 바보같이.
Oh. Interested to see what happens next. I feel like... Let's save. And let's see what they're up to now. These are indeed connected now. Hong Kong was different than what I had imagined. Back home in Mexico, everything was so colorful. But Hong Kong was just gray. Gray streets, gray buildings, gray store signs, and gray homeless people. There was me, sitting in the middle of them, looking odd. Never knew that pesos couldn't be exchanged into Hong Kong dollars here. When I woke up, I found a few more coins by my feet. Oh, I had to take them. Must survive. None of the homeless people seemed to like me very much. Perhaps because they could only get about half as many coins as I owned. I had a big sister named Alicia. She was 9 years older than me. We both grew up in an orphanage in Monte Tlaloc. It was a rural place. We had to travel 4 kilometers to get to the nearest town, Coatepec, just to make a phone call. I couldn't remember anything about my own parents. My big sister was the only person I had in this world. 9 years ago, Alicia had left Mexico to make more money. She used to write me letters every few months. Every time the mailman came, I'd be so excited to see if there was an envelope with my name on it. Even though I couldn't read much, Auntie Benita would always read them to me. Alicia didn't seem to have the easiest time. She had seen so much of the outside world. By reading her letters, I felt like I got to see what Alicia had seen as well. I'd almost feel like I was right there with her in a big, new, interesting, fascinating world I had never seen before. For we had stopped hearing from her about a year ago. The last letter had come from Hong Kong. So I had asked Uncle Depp to find a tutor for me who could teach me how to read and speak a little of the local language. I worked so hard to make more money for the trip. I'd done all this just so I could come to Hong Kong, even though I wasn't sure if she was still in the city. Still, even if there was just the tiniest hope, I would never give up. I knew I had to find my sister and make sure that she was okay. I had arrived at Pitt Street. Pitt Street had been on the postmark of Alicia's last letter. Maybe someone nearby might have seen her. Before I left, Auntie Benita had given me an old cell phone. I pulled up a picture of Alicia on the phone. I held up the phone, asking people door to door if they had seen my sister. I couldn't tell if they simply couldn't understand me. They would wave their hands at me every time before I had barely spoken. Almost halfway through the street, I found myself behind a huge crowd of people. Thick, dark smoke was coming out of the building nearby. People were shoving, and running out of it. More and more people started to gather on the street. Many of them were even taking pictures with their phones. The fire truck finally arrived. My cell phone suddenly rang. My cell phone fell to the ground. My cell phone was vibrating on the ground, and it fell through the storm drain. No! Sewer water was flowing rapidly in the drain. I held onto the drain and tried my best to look down. Maybe the phone was stuck somewhere? I looked for a long time, even tried to reach it with my hand. I couldn't get it. I was so tired, disappointed, and desperate. I couldn't pretend anymore. I fell to the ground, feeling like shit. That cell phone was the most valuable thing I had. It had the only picture of my sister on it. Lord, please help me. really didn't know if I could ever find my big sister without Carlos. Carlos is having a really bad time. Let's see what criminal detective is up to. The office wing of Criminal Investigation Unit 4. Small buildings that hadn't been organized in forever. It was crowded and messy in the first place. Then almost every desk had stacks of files that were at least 20 centimeters tall, as well as all kinds of evidence and other random items. He stood up straight and gave a salute. Jang Young Min, reporting for duty at Unit 4. Oh, wow. This looks like an interesting. There were only two other people beside me. One of them was wiping down his rifle. He looked at me with a strange, examining look on his face. The other one had dark circles in his eyes, which made him look like he hadn't slept for days. He was looking over some files. Judging from his seat, this was infamous Lieutenant of Unit 4, Kang Bekia. Let's just stick with Lieutenant Kang, because I'm horrible things. Lieutenant Kang gave me a glance, a half-smoked cigarette in his mouth. Then he mumbled, "You, over there." Followed the direction of his look and saw the desk that seemed to be referring to. Many old bags from McRonald's were stacked on top of it, all filled with leftovers and trash. It was also directly opposite the bathroom, facing Andy. Yeah, it was okay, as long as I had somewhere to sit. I was about to ask Lieutenant Kang what I should do next when the phone on his desk rang. I took the call, put down the phone, announced to us that it was a gang-related hostage situation 2 blocks from the station. Never thought my opportunity to defend justice would arrive so soon. Lieutenant Kang put out his cigarette in an ashtray and stood up. Followed him. Grabbed his coat and asked, "Hey, new guy, have you got your gun?" My gun? They forgot to give me that. No, not yet. Where do you think you're going? Stay by the phone. Take notes if anything comes up. Don't speak too much. I can still help without a gun? As a policeman, I swore to defend justice, to prevent all offenses against people and property. Justice. Lieutenant Kang burst into laughter before I could finish my sentence. You think justice is gonna block a bullet from hitting you? Well, kid, I've seen plenty of idiots like you. My unit, there's only one rule you need to remember at all times, which is to follow the orders. That wasn't what I meant at all. I was just trying to help. First day on the job, and I was already having such a misunderstanding with my lieutenant. Before I could explain myself, Lieutenant Kang continued. The problem with staying by the phone. You could just go home. Don't bother coming back to bother me either. I'll let the old man know. After they left, I sat down at my seat opposite the bathroom. My nose was catching glimpses of the faint smell that had a defeated sigh. When I've been in the police academy, people would always have an understanding smile on their face. Unit 4 was brought up. Everyone had heard all sorts of rumors about this place. Lieutenant Kang was the infamous dictator of the Criminal Investigation Department. Everyone must follow his orders without question. He had a peculiar personality. He was extremely rough, cruel with the criminals. Besides, Lieutenant Kang was a lot younger than the other unit's lieutenants. Therefore, many people speculated that Lieutenant Kang had only gotten that position because of nepotism. As a result, no rookies ever wanted to join Unit 4. So he's the Harry Callahan of a... It's for the unit that everyone jumped getting into. That would have to be Unit 1. Unit 1 had over 30 officers. It was widely considered to be the best unit in the department. Yet here I was, assigned to Unit 4. I was sulking when the phone rang again. There was another hostage case. Bu Pyongdong. Which no one in Unit 4 was available. I suppose this was my time to shine. Oh. I hurried to the scene in 10 minutes. It was a 10-story apartment building. I begged to see 2 people on the ledge of the rooftop. People told me that they were a married couple. The husband had borrowed too much money from loan sharks and couldn't pay them back. That was why I wanted to jump on the building. He had forced his wife up. Well, let's see how odd. Jang Yong-min would brilliantly solve this crisis. One of his feet was already at the edge of the ledge. He was holding a knife against the frightened wife's neck. Walked over to him. Stop! I'm telling you to stop. He got riled up. His right foot missed the ledge. He fell over the edge and dragged his wife. Oh wait, no! Before I even had the chance to talk him down, both of them disappeared out of my sight. It was a terrible scene at the bottom of the building. Even though I was 10 floors above the ground, I felt like I could still smell blood. Almost made me sick. I stood there in shock. First time I finally recognized what it felt like. A policeman. Oh god. What the hell have I done? Can I be any more stupid? Please, Buddha. Please let me have another chance. Please. Jang Young-min. Well! Holy shit! Well, we can... You know I don't want Carlos to drop his cell phone. How would that help our intrepid detective over here? Well... It seems like a decent opening gambit. So, Carlos could walk over there, his cell phone could ring, and he won't drop his cell phone. Fire truck arrives to respond to... I feel like this might be bad, too. Although... God, I don't know. If Carlos walks and then drops his cell phone, that might be okay. Because then he wouldn't drop it in the storm drain. Let's try this for a first try. Tried to talk some sense to him. Told him that one could always earn back the money. Said he still had his wife's full support, so he shouldn't give up just yet. I even tried asking him if he would like some dulsat bimba dinner. None of the techniques I had learned in the academy worked. The standoff kept going. My wife was clearly physically exhausted, and she looked like she was mentally drained, too. Honey, if you really want to die so much, let me go with you then. We can both be happy in our next lives. She grabbed the knife on her neck. Oh, Jesus Christ! It was gushing out. Then she collapsed onto the ground and colored it. The man's face was covered with blood. He seemed to have lost the ability to talk. He slowly knelt down and took the wife out of the woman's hands. Like he had completely lost his mind. Couldn't let it happen a second time. He sprinted ahead a few steps and kicked the knife out of his hand. Oh, Jesus, this is bad. Pinned the man down to the ground with his wife's body, which was slowly losing his way. Then wept. Neither of us had expected the situation to turn out like that. I was suspended during the serious consequences caused by my reckless, unauthorized actions. Welp. Someone quickly ran past me and pulled in my arm. My phone was knocked out of my hand. Stopped at another man's feet. Fire trucks hadn't arrived yet. After this man in a black trench coat seemed to have summoned a lot of people to help put out the fire. He picked up a phone with his left hand. It was ringing with a joyful ringtone, and a little cartoon lamb was dancing happily on the screen. The man tossed my phone back to me, and I lost myself in the melody of Little Lamb Billy. It was Alicia's favorite song, and she used to sing it to me all the time. I didn't realize I had forgotten to answer the phone until it stopped ringing. I called back and it was Auntie Benita. She was calling from a convenience store in Cotepec. She wanted to check if I had any news about my sister. She told me to let her know as soon as I found her. Besides Alicia, Auntie Benita really was the kindest person I had ever met. Once I got a real job and became rich, I promised I would take care of her in the orphanage. I left the crowd and walked to the next street, asking the pedestrians about Alicia. Well, bad. That was bad. Okay. So that did nothing. I wonder... Okay, this will change things. Who the hell will be calling me at this godforsaken moment? I turned around and answered the phone quiet. From the station. Whoa, oh! They told me something important had happened to the unit, and I must get back as soon as possible and await further instructions. Uh-oh. Terrible scene at the bottom of the building. There was 10 floors above the ground. Felt like I could still smell blood. It was made me sick. I stood there in shock. First time I finally recognized it. Felt like a real policeman. God. What the hell have I done? Have you been any more stupid? Well, that was bad. Total chaos in front of the burning. Fire trucks, fire hoses. Fire department had taken charge of the situation. I looked up to a fireman nearby and I was about to ask if there was anything I could do to help. Before I opened my mouth, another fireman quickly ran past me and knocked the phone out of my hand. The one behind him immediately stepped on the phone and the screen cracked into pieces. No! The fireman next to me picked up the phone for me. Foreigner, really shouldn't stay here. If you don't put out this fire today, we'll be dying 1,000 deaths. Take your phone and get out of here. Well, you broke my phone, you asshole. Jeez. Can't seem to get it to work no matter how hard I try. Am I too stupid? Not your fault. Nothing seems to be tied up with Kang Beck yet. Just solved the problem over there. Might impact this one too. Well? Huh? Is that a thing too? Oh. Occasionally might not be able to solve the current case. This is something that's happened somewhere else. When this occurs, you'll see orange text and letters. Appearance of orange text typically means that you'll have to need to consult another letter to handle the current. Ooh. Basically, if I see orange text in a letter, I should go and check on some other letters first, right? Correct. Sometimes you might need to handle the other letters first. Other times it might just mean that you need to look at clues in the other letters. Ooh. In either case, it really depends on the other letters. You have to use your own judgment. It doesn't happen too often. If you do encounter them, make sure you take advantage of the hints in the letters to help you. Got it. I'll go and read the letter from Kang Beck first. Do you have a letter from them? Yes? What are those? Small squares can be one of 3 colors. Yellow, pink, and gray. Some of them are solid, some of them are empty. All the possible endings, yeah? Solid ones stand for the endings you have discovered. Empty ones the endings you have yet to reach. Yellow one is the selected ending. Okay. Solid pink squares, endings you have discovered but have not selected at the moment. Pink empty squares, haven't discovered yet. Solid or empty, they're less common. Okay. Oh, so these endings are locked out. Oh. Okay, so we can hit all the endings. We can get Carlos's best ending.
Dios, ¿qué hice mal?
하느님, 저를 용서해 주소서.
Ooh. This must be the related problem. I feel like we need to pick a better end. Okay, so implication here being that once we get the endings for these connected letters, then this one will change, and then we can unlock its best ending. Okay, well, my name is Alicia, 18 years old. I was born and raised in Mexico. I have a little brother named Carlos who is 9 years younger than me. It means Carlos is 9 right now? He's the only family I have left. We're both orphans. The orphanage was so poor that they couldn't afford to send us to school. I had to come out and make some money so that I could keep my brother in school. Why did this music sound so ominous? We could make enough money. I thought that maybe we could eventually move out of the orphanage and start a new life. Just the two of us. That America was a place full of chances for everyone. That was where I should go. A travel agency inside Mexico City had told me that crossing the desert, stowing away on a train, getting across the Rio Bravo, very risky and dangerous. Therefore, they had established a route via the ocean. Even though it would be slightly more expensive, it was guaranteed to be safe. Everyone who had taken this route got into America. Spent the money I had saved for months and bought myself a ship ticket. There were several other young girls with me on the ship. We were locked inside a small room and we were not allowed to go out. This is why the music sounds so ominous, because this is really ominous. At first we thought it was just so that the people wouldn't find us being smuggled across the border. It had taken so long. It must have arrived by now. Half a month had passed. We're still at sea. Oh, Jesus! We're finally certain that he had been conned. For a month, the ship finally arrived at port. We then moved to a building near the port. Guards watched us. This is human trafficking shit. Where were we now? Which country was this? Are we going to be sold? Jesus. As slaves? Or prostitutes? Jesus, I hope not. I crouched in the corner with my mind for a while. Every once in a while, a guard would come and take a sobbing girl out. There were fewer and fewer people left in the room. Finally, there was only me and another girl named Julie left. Julie suddenly stood up and tried to hit the guard at the door facing us. She was holding a rock in her hand. She didn't succeed. The rock fell to the ground and her arm was grabbed so tightly by the guard that it looked like it was about to snap. She looked at me with a pleading look in her eyes. I really wanted to help her. I didn't want to be sold either. I was too scared. The guard had a gun. Everyone outside had a gun. Julie lowered her head. She lifted it back up. The guard was screaming like a pig being slaughtered. Half of his missing ear was in Julie's mouth. Then I heard a few gunshots along with loud cursing. Julie fell down and stopped moving. Her eyes were open so as if she had just come out of a nightmare. Jesus! The injured guard slammed the door angrily, one hand covering his ear. Soon another person came. This one seemed to be nicer. He had half a bottle of beer with him. I sat down at the door, looked at me, looked at Julie, who was lying on her own. He didn't seem to care about what had happened at all. An hour later, his bottle was empty. He had fallen asleep in a chair. It was pretty late. Maybe I wouldn't be taken away until tomorrow. I met Julie again. Remember what she told me on the ocean. I want to become a singer in America. I want to be a star. She wasn't bragging. She had a really beautiful voice. She also said, I know that if I do my best, a dream will come true. I'll never forget the look on her face when she said it. Her eyes had been filled with hope and anticipation for the future. I was very jealous of how lively and full of joy Julie was. The guard turned a little in the chair, and his gun dropped from his waist, sliding toward my feet. Oh, was it a hint from the Lord? I reached out for the gun. I jerked my hand back like I'd been shocked when I touched it. Or is this letter from the past? No. No. I couldn't. What if I ended up like Julie? I pulled the cross tight on my chest and started praying. Heavenly Father, Jesus said, ask and you shall receive. We trust that you know what our true needs are. You recognize what our true feelings are. You understand what situations we are. Now we shall ask what our heart truly desires. O God, give heed to my prayer. Show us your mercy. Amen. 5 minutes passed. 10 minutes passed. 30 minutes passed. The guard began snoring. The gun was right next to my hand. Maybe this really had been a hint from the Lord. I finally picked up the gun in hesitation. It felt so heavy in my hand. Mom, Dad, please bless me. Carlos, please bless me. Heavenly Father, please bless me. I pushed the door open. There was no one in the hallway outside. It was so quiet. The only thing I could hear was my own heart beating wildly in my chest. The building had only one floor. Taking one turn, I could see the main gate. There were several guards at the gate too. All of them had guns. There was a black man and 2 Asians. The rest of them all had pale skin. How could I get out? Just one handgun? I checked the gun in my hand once again. There were no bullets in the gun. There were no bullets. I collapsed on the floor. I was not feeling afraid anymore. I just felt utter desperation. Soon the guards noticed me and dragged me back into the room. This time they cuffed up my feet so that I wouldn't be able to escape again. Julie's body was still lying there. Flies began hovering on her face. They didn't seem to have any intention of cleaning the scene. Would I end up like Julie? Was this my final destiny? Heavenly Father, please answer me. Alicia. Wow. Jesus. Here's Lieutenant Kang. My name is Kang Beckett. Cop. I've been doing this for 7 years. Or is it 8? I can't really remember. Today the old man assigned another newbie to my unit. I always wanted my unit to be about as big as Unit 1. Why'd I need so many people? Active work wasn't like street fighting. I had a headache whenever I pictured the image of so many people in the unit, passing their lunches over their heads during lunch break. This newbie today was full of that kind of fighting for justice crap. Lunatic. Well, screw it. Whatever. I was just going to wait for a few days. Then I would find an excuse to send him over to Unit 1. Everyone would be happy then. We're always very busy. Files for the open cases had been stacking up on desks, starting to resemble small hills. Among all the other police precincts in the entire Republic of Korea, Busan might be one of the top 5 busiest precincts thanks to the violent gangs in the area. I already have a feeling how this situation is going to be resolved. The Busun gang and the Bungmoon gang. Drugs and arms trafficking. Gangmoon, Taisai. Prostitute. Oh no. I have a feeling that we're going to be meeting them. Boom Moon. These 2 gangs never made our lives easy. Recently, the old boss of the Musun gang became severely ill. His underlings were all itching for a successor. There were at least a dozen people killed in the infighting every day. Jesus! It kept I'm saving up my vacation days like this. I would probably have enough time to plan for my next trip to be to the moon. The case today was an annoying one, too. It was a hostage case. The kidnapper and the hostages belonged to the same gang. It was a so-called family matter. What was worse was that the kidnapper was someone quite important to the Musun gang. The old man always told us to keep things easy, so as to avoid direct confrontation with the gangs. He had told me again today, multiple times, to bring the kidnapper in without hurting anyone. Without hurting anyone. If he really wanted that, he would not have assigned that case to me. I was crawling in a narrow airbag duct. I could hear breathing sounds all around me, loud and quiet, as well as the sound of the fans. The air smelled disgusting. I loosened my collar a little. Fuck this. I'd rather climb up from the outside of the building with my bare hands than suffocate inside this goddamn tube. Why couldn't I just walk in from the door and pop 2 shots into his head? I finally arrived at the top of the room. Voices coming from below sounded very weird through the vent. You stay there. And don't fucking move. All of you, don't move. The target was sitting on a couch at the other end of the room. He kept waving the gun in his hand around, pointed it at the other one's heads every once in a while. Those poor bastards were all his underlings. None of them even dared to look up. I had seen lots of junkies that would get so high they wouldn't even recognize their own mother. Still, the scene right below me was so unusually funny that I almost chuckled. The area below the vent was right in the view of the bay window. Anyone could easily see inside the room from across the street through that window. My task today was to lure him over. I got closer to the vent, trying to observe the situation more closely. Clang! A loud voice came from someone. Don't move! I heard a man's voice. A bullet flew out without me seeing. The nails fastening the vent register had been shattered by the bullet, and it bounced off a few meters away in a corridor. For a tumble and a half, it fell and smashed into the white carpet, along with the vent register. 5 meters away, a junkie was holding his gun with a shocked expression on his face. Smoke was still coming out of the dark, shaking barrel. Near my shoulder, my shirt had turned from its original red to another kind of red. And the colored patch kept getting larger. Oh no. Let yourself get hurt again, idiot. A voice that I couldn't be more familiar with appeared in my head once again, also sounding like it was coming from outside, out of this world. Oh crap. I'd come back to this room again. It was extremely dark. There was no furniture inside except for a light in the center of the ceiling. A slightly shorter person walked out of the dark corner reluctantly. His hair was all messed up and his eyes didn't even lie. As soon as he pushed me away from underneath the light, mysterious force dragged me to the corner. I was swallowed by darkness. Whenever I was in danger, this guy would come out against my will. At a moment like this? Well, shit. What a shitty day. Whoever stood under the light would have control over Oh. From this moment on, I was no longer in command of my own body. Oh. I managed to dodge all the flying bullets coming toward me with extreme agility and human postures. When I got back on my feet, I someone had a gun in my hand. 13 9mm bullets in the magazine fired like a machine gun. Each one of them went through his head. Oh, Jesus! Broken eyeballs splashed all over the barely recognizable face of the junkie. Everything was terrible. Jesus Christ! The junkie had collapsed to the floor like a pile of mud. Now the gun was aimed at his henchmen, who were still all tied up. Things were taking an ugly turn. 1 bullet, 1 life, no waste. I hesitated when the gun pointed at a muscular guy with a tattooed head. The muscular guy suddenly swept me in my ankle with his leg. I lost my balance, knocked my head on a short table, and passed out. When I woke up, I was lying in the hospital, tubes coming out when June was sitting next to me, sound asleep. 8 deaths. That's pretty sure. I had to write 1,000 words for each death, which meant I had to write 8,000. Jesus. However, the target this time was not just a regular poem. His father was the leader of the Gangmun group within the Musu. Yeah. Choi Yo-han. That would mean another 4,000 words at least. Gosh, my head hurts so bad. Sweet Jesus, give me a break, please. Wow, it was almost like I was watching an action movie. I had some popcorn. Myth Deary, this is serious. Don't ruin this solid mood by suddenly thinking about popcorn. Okay, sorry, there is no popcorn. We do have osmanthus cakes. Oh, that's great too. I'm not very picky. So I want to eat cakes while watching a movie. Oh no, I mean while working. Is there any way I could do it hands-free? These letters are not like the regular letters that I can just read in front of me. I have to follow the thoughts of the writer by confirming it sentence by sentence. Stupid lazy girl. Although, there is an easy way. If you want to free your hands to do something else, all you need to do is hit N. And the letters will enter autoplay. Oh! Furthermore, if you want to read it faster while you're not eating, you can activate the skip text option in options. Afterwards, every button press will reveal an entire line of text immediately. All these tips have been archived inside the help menu, which will be periodically updated as we go along. Thank you, Faye. Thank you, Will. If you have any questions, don't forget to check the information. Got it. Kang Makia. That's an interesting sort of dissociative identity metaphor there. That's really interesting. Okay. Oh wow. There's more than I expected here. So, at least the situation failed because she had no bullets. And Lieutenant Kang's situation failed because he got shot in the shoulder. So if there are no bullets in the junkie's gun, I wonder if these will contradict, though. I have a feeling this will get someone killed. Let's try this first. Here goes. The nails fastening the vent register had been shattered by the bullet, bounced off a few meters into a corner. Tumbling in half, I fell and smashed into the white carpet along with the vent register. Wait. That contradicted. 5 meters away, the junkie was pointing his gun at me. He looked really scared and his hand was shaking. Oh, don't you dare move. It was serious. I dropped my gun and held my hands behind my head. I did as he said and sat together with the other hostage. Oh, shit. Now we are a hostage. I was going to owe Unit 3 another big favor. Oh. This is the worst possible outcome. The bullet that had come from the door hit my stomach. I slowly collapsed to the ground, back against it. Feel the warmth slowly. Some people arguing at the door. We're all strangers. Tears rolled down my face. It's true what they said. We wanted to see the most of your experience and family. Bad! Okay. There are no bullets in my gun. So we didn't get shot that time. Well, let's try this. See what happens. Accidentally knocked down a ladder that put against the wall. The guard in the room woke up, stumbled into the hallway, still quite sleepy. Suddenly had an idea. Hands up! Don't make a sound or I will shoot. I pointed the gun at his head. But there was no bullet. Maybe he didn't? Maybe he had forgotten? He slowly walked toward me. Grabbed the gun with one hand and took it out of my grasp. He had no hesitation. Oh shit. I was kidding myself. Jabbing back into the room. I kept up my feet so I would be able to escape again. I'm sorry, Nisha. I end up like Julian? This is my final destiny? Well, bullet hit the vent register. And it happened to deflect and hit my shoulder. A wonderful day for me. Blood was streaming down my arm and dripping the vent. And it dropped onto the carpet of the room. Oh, this is the good hack. Wait, what is this? Target steps were getting closer. Then he stopped. I didn't need to look. The bastard must be standing right beneath the vent. Soon he would lift his head, look up, and notice me. There was the sound of the window glass shattering. There was the sound of flesh being destroyed. Mission complete. Everything went as planned. Well, almost. I stood next to the junkie's body, which was missing half of his head. Jesus. Oh shit. I was supposed to just lose a leg or something. It was a little different from what the old man had demanded. Minjun had just rushed over from the building across the street. Dropped to his knees with a thud as soon as he saw me. I'm sorry, Lieutenant. It was my mistake. Missed. Like he hadn't forgotten the last time, he did not follow the plan exactly and had to write a 200,000-word report. Apologizing was good enough. What would we need the cops for, then? Checked the junkie's pocket. It was only 50,000 won and a pack of Marlboros. I stuffed money into Min Jun's pocket and a cigarette for myself. Well, Choi Do-sung, which is the name of the junkie, was just trash in this society. He deserved to die. When isn't such a bloody ending? Maybe his loser buddies would learn to behave a little too. So when we kill him, he's the son of the influential gang leaders, and we've started a gang war. When the plan works out, he's just a junkie. Fate. Yeah, maybe it wasn't too bad after all. I touched Min Jun's head. Don't worry about it. Well done. Well. Okay, so this means... this backfired. I was kidding myself. There were no bullets. Okay, so that's how the hints work. This is the part we have to get rid of. That. feeling... Nope, that's not gonna... Nope. We've already gotten this ending. For Alicia. With the bullets. Wait. Taking out the magazine yesterday. Must have forgotten to bring it along earlier. Shit. Must have been too tired recently. It was getting really bad. Maybe in a couple of years I would have Alzheimer's disease. Page Minjun through the radio. There was a change of plan. We needed a fallback. A loud boom coming through the air duct, just as I climbed out of the bed. Only later did I learn that the room of the target had an inexplicable explosion. Investigation afterwards indicated that everyone in that room burned to ashes. There were no survivors. Never imagined that forgetting the magazine would turn out to have saved my life. Suppose today wasn't such a shitty day after all. Bad! I almost feel like we have to take all of this. And reorganize this together. Okay. Getting new endings across the board here. Nails fastening the bench tried to shatter the bullet and bounced off a few meters into the corner. And a half, I fell and smashed into the white carpet along with the bed register. 5 meters away, the gun. Junkie was holding his gun with a shocked expression on his face. Smoke was still coming out of the dark, shaking the barrel. Color patching a bit. Okay. Oh crap. Come back to this room again. It's extremely dark. Furniture, light bulb, center of the ceiling. A shorter person walked out from the dark corner, reluctantly. His hair was all messed up. His eyes didn't even look alive. He pushed me away from the corner. The light, mysterious force dragged me to the corner, swept by the darkness. Yep, this time I would come out against my will. Well, shit. Human imposters, like an beat, I had a gun in my hand. Click. No bullets. This idiot. Hand-to-hand combat only meant one thing. My opponent was going to suffer even more. I began to sympathize with the poor bastard, as I had lost control of my body. I had been feeling so exhausted that even before my eyes had started to get shaking and blurry. As giving vision, I glanced at Min Jun, waiting for a chance for his best shot in the room. From the roof of the building across the street, see everything inside the room in the scope of his sniper rifle. I punched the junkie on the nose. His nose was broken into an asymmetrical shape, and blood was coming out of both of his nostrils. Jesus. However, the junkie seemed to become more lucid after the punch. He looked outside the window, following the direction of my eyes. He had noticed Minjun too. Clear view from the window. Perfect spot for a sniper. However, I didn't know anything about today's split. Oh. The junkie saw an opening and suddenly grabbed my body. Then quickly turned around and forced my back toward the window. The bullet shattered the window glass, and the next instant pierced through my chest as well. The strong force of the wheel destroyed my lungs. I couldn't breathe anymore. I stood helplessly in the corner of a dark room. My sight was fading. Eventually, I lost all connection to the world. Now that I had made up my mind, I had to follow through. Lord bless me. I raised the gun and tried to shoot one of the Asian men. The trigger felt so heavy. The recoil almost knocked the gun out of my hand. Unfortunately, I didn't hit anyone. Instead, I had only succeeded in exposing myself. I had to keep shooting. I used up the 6 bullets so quickly, I still didn't hit anyone. Their firepower was way stronger. They aimed their shots at my feet. I had to keep crawling back. How could I possibly win a shootout? Bad! That was bad. These are all bad endings. Are there any good endings here? Really, the only option left here. Is oh, no. Well, this will give Lieutenant Kang a different ending. There's nothing directly beneath the bed that we could use. One possible distraction was the 3 layers of water barrels stacked in one corner of the room. I raised my handgun, with a silencer attached. Aimed and pulled the trigger. Oh, Jesus! The bullet hit a barrel, and red flames erupted from it. Raging fire swept across the room. It swallowed the junkie and his pathetic underlings. Then it gushed into the air vent. The fire swallowed me as well. There wasn't water in those barrels. I'd made a huge mistake. I should have thought about this and learned him over in another way. Bad! Okay, let's... Got all the endings here. Bullet. No bullets in the gun. So, do nothing. Whenever a bullet comes flying out from nowhere, we get hit, we die. No bullets in the gun. We get. So if we hold him up, do everything. I might still be able to pull this off yet. This is his good ending trick. Okay. I accidentally knocked down a ladder, put against the wall. The guard in the room woke up. He stumbled into the hallway, still quite sleepy. He suddenly had an idea. Hands up! Don't make a sound or I'll shoot. He pointed the gun at his head. Held his hands up high, began sweating. Walked to the gate slowly. Do not speak to them. Do not lower your hands. Do not turn around. Press the gun against the back of his head. Walked slowly toward the gate. The palms were completely wet with sweat. Only I knew that I was more nervous than he. We were only a few hundred meters away from the port. I smashed his head with the gun as hard as I could and knocked him out. Then I ran away as fast as possible. I didn't dare look back. There were still plenty of people on the street. These stores were still open, even in the middle of the night. People were shooting me strange looks when I ran past them. They all seemed to be Asians. I didn't dare stop and talk to them. True, they had been right about one thing. Dreams did come true when you did your best. I didn't know how long I had run, but I couldn't even take one more step. I collapsed into a bunch of paper boxes stacked in the corner of the alley. Ooh! I've solved Kang Baekya's problem. Don't forget about Chang Yeon-min's letter from earlier. Oh right! It almost slipped my mind. No new messages. Okay. Next time, we'll go back into this letter and resolve that little hostage situation with the newbie. Resolve Carlos's problem too. Oh, shit. We also have a letter from Lee Wen to deal with too. I want to handle this first. Man, that spiraled into a lot of fun. A lot of pain. A hostage crisis. And kidnapping, making a break for it. God, that was fun. Now I suppose so we've locked ourselves out of some enemies here. Which is okay. The best ending is unlocked. And we want to S-rank everything. So we will do that next time. Hope you enjoyed some Will. Hope we had a wonderful time in this wonderful world. I feel like this letter was a few years in the past. So I find it hard to believe that Carlos is 9, flying across country out of Mexico. He's got to at least be in his teens. In fact, I think he is 18. So yeah, that was 9 years ago. So we have saved Alicia 9 years in the past. Hopefully we've started the quest of reuniting these two siblings. And now hopefully we can start on the quest to make a good first impression for our new boss. Let's drop a save. Let's save there. Oh, hope you enjoyed. Man, we were over an hour. Until next time, until then.